So ioSafe, we specialize in physical security of data. We don't specialize in encryption or backup software. We do use backup software. You can use encryption. You can use all the tools that are available today. But what's special about ioSafe is basically we take the world of safes and the world of computers and we kind of combine them together. It's not super simple. You know, you can't just take a heat-producing computer and stick it into a perfectly insulated box and hope everything works out okay, right? You got to keep it cool, and at the same time you have to disaster-proof it. So that's what our technology is about. It's how do you keep a computer, data storage device cool, at the same time make it fireproof and waterproof. During normal operation, there's air flowing through the device, keeping the hard drive cool. In a fire, what happens is there's water embedded, chemically bound to the insulation. It's non-toxic, water-based insulation. It's chemically bound in there so the water doesn't dry out. But at about 160 Fahrenheit, 170 Fahrenheit, the water starts to unhook and it's starting to be driven off as steam. Most of the damage in a fire is actually water damage. They just hose everything down. They don't really care what they're hosing down. They just want to make sure the building next door doesn't catch fire, right? They don't care about your pictures or your business. Got my gloves ready? Are we back there? So this wasn't a super hot fire. When we do normal testing, it's in about a 4-foot fireball. I mean, this is hardly sort of the ideal conditions to do a data recovery on a parking lot. We'll do it anyway. Usually you want to do this
in a lab.
Not here. I missed one. No. It's just sticky and stinky. So what's going on right here is this is our datacast insulation. You can see it's steaming a little bit. These are the channels where the air flows in and the steam flows out to keep the hard drive cool. So you can see this keeps the hard drive dry. You could throw this in the ocean and the hard drive doesn't get wet, or in a sewer, or you know, there's a lot of people that lost a lot of data in the recent floods in the area, right? They don't have to. It's not always required. But, you know, the hard drive's perfect. And if I'm gonna have a fire and a flood, and I need to recover my data, this is the drive that I wanna use, right? Not the one that's melted.
So when you're selling custom storage, you know, network attached storage, ask them what they're doing what's their disaster recovery plan, what's their backup plan. Most people will say, the NAS is my backup plan. No, it's not. You've just centralized your data and you've got business continuity with RAID, you don't have a backup. Unless, of course, you have another NAS somewhere else replicating that data. So this is probably the easiest, simplest way to back up,
Popped up right there.
and support your data off a storage system or a server or something like that.